This is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is a paid request for Brock. And I felt like I had an F5 used upon me. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, PayPal is usually the best bet. Do you have a Patreon and a Cash App? For those interested, all links are down in the info box. It could be any type of review, re-review, topic, reaction, commentary, video game playthrough for an hour or full playthrough, whatever the case may be. Topic, random news. Get to it as soon as I can. Then we have another A24 joint. You know my thoughts on A24, man. When it comes to horror, now yes, I know they don't make them. They buy them and release them. Or they make a movie, we'll release it. It's their taste in horror movies I have a problem with. Now, when they're not doing horror, there's stuff I can enjoy. There's The Disaster Artist. There's The Iron Claw. There's stuff they've done outside of horror I've enjoyed. Within horror that they've released, their taste, this elevated horror. Unless the elevator goes to the top and I jump off all the way down, so I stop watching these movies, that's the only elevator I'll enjoy. Or I take each of these movies and I put an elevator under them and they get squished by it. Elevate. Yeah, you can elevate my dick to your mouth and suck it, A24. That's the elevator horror. That's the horror of it all. Elevate my dick to your mouth and wonder what's going to come out of it. Is it going to be yellow or white? There to be your suspense. Mine as well, because I don't know which one I'll choose. Maybe both. One after the other. But apparently I'm not alone in this, actually. Because it gets a 4.7 out of 10 IMDb. And it stars Brandy. Brandy. Brandy? You could drink it after watching it. But the actress, she ain't an actress. What was the big movie? I Still Know What You Did Last Summer? She's known as a singer. I didn't listen to her songs. I still know it's a pretty shitty movie. I could probably watch it, but like to make fun of it, like. But it's not a good movie. The first I Know He Did Last Summer is okay. Second one's like, come on. Jack Black is a Jamaican guy. Jeffrey Combs wasted and nothing wrong. They went to Caribbean or whatever. I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, even though it was like this point 2-3 summers ago. But I Know What You Did Last 2 summers. Or, you know, it doesn't have the ring to it. Anyway, Brandy, she's not an actress. She can't act. And she can't act in this. A lot of this is just confused or... She's married to this white guy who... This guy is such a doofus, nerdy, pathetic cuck. This guy would allow... This is the type of character that will allow his wife... He don't do this in the movie, but maybe behind the scenes of the movie, he would let a guy fuck his wife, and he'd watch. Hey, babe, may I have some, please? You married her? Yeah, but I need to ask my permission to use my dick. I hated this guy. Maybe it's not the actor's fault, just this character. Brandy I'm supposed to buy as an anthropology professor. Yeah, Denise Richards is a scientist. Or Tara Reid in Alone in the Dark. Was it Tara Reid? I don't remember who the hell it was. And Alone, whoever the hell she was, Tara something. I don't remember her damn name. So I don't buy her as a professor. She's pregnant. Her husband is a Cuck-a-doodle-doo. I love how apparently she had a baby before that didn't work out, died. So this is her second chance, but she's cautious because the first time there was no heartbeat. So she asks, "What? The doctor can't find a heartbeat?" And the guy just goes, "Hey, I love you, honey." And I'm like, that's not what she asked, asshole. She didn't ask you that. She asked you, well, what if there's no heartbeat? Hey, I love you. She didn't ask that. You moron. So the Count Doofus, whatever the hell his name is, I'll call him Doofy. Doofy Hauser, MD. He gets a call from his stepmom. And he's freaked out. Because his stepmom apparently was this horrible lady who thought the Holy Spirit possessed her and all this stuff. So Brandy, things are not going well at work. This receptionist, who's on purpose supposed to be really annoying and passive aggressive. Oh my God, you're so important to this team. You're so important. But you know, she's a twat waffle. Brandy's been treated like crap because blah blah blah. She quits. She gets home, and then her husband's like, "My dad is dead." With the same tone as, "I bought some milk." That's how much the dad's death affected him. If he said, "I bought some milk," he would have said the same inflection, the same tone. Also, does Brandy even like her husband? There's so many times I'm sitting there going, does Brandy even like her husband? I didn't really get a sense that she even gives a crap about him. Although, considering how much of a loser, pathetic character it is, I'm like, you guys should be divorced. Quick. In fact, at the end of the film, they should have been divorced. That would have been more realistic. The fact they stay together at the end is the most maybe the most unrealistic thing in the movie. But it looks like they don't. He looks too pathetic to do anything. Like, he probably doesn't even hold his own dick when he pisses. She seems like her husband's more of a nuisance. The one actress that tries is Kathryn Hunter, who plays the stepmom Solange. She's trying. She's this old lady who has like these two big canes, thump, 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 to get around. Ooh, you tell like she's from the South, and she has that twang in her voice, and oh, if I stay with you last few days, maybe you get my will. She is maybe the only thing you could get entertainment out of. If you enjoy the film because of her, I can understand, but that wasn't enough for me. She's trying. Oh yeah, the husband's name was Norman. Because he warns her, no, my stepmom's pretty bad. Because I'm sitting there going, of course they named him Norman. You know, Norman Bates. Oh, here's a guy named Norman who has this terrible mother. I'm like, okay, is that why you guys named him Norman? So Brandy agrees to it at first because they're shit out of luck for money. I found it funny that apparently when their daughter would be born, they were going to have her in the front room of the house instead of upstairs next to them. Does that mean they'd have to walk up and down each time a baby cried or needed a diaper change? Also, if they wanted the old woman upstairs, does that mean they really thought she was going to go walk up and down the stairs with these two damn canes on? They don't have her walk up and down the stairs? Like, that was their initial reaction. And of course, Solange is like, no, I'm going to stay right here in the front room. I'm like, that kind of made sense. And then the rest of it is just Solange being more and more passive aggressive, controlling, bitchy, laughing, and a whole lot of shitting and a whole lot of pissing. If you want to see a movie of the A24 standard where your antagonist traps her bed multiple times, she pissed on the couch accidentally, she's moaning and groaning because they lift her up and she shat her bed. There's a montage where Brandy's helping her out and you get like 8 shots of the toilet being flushed with piss or crap in it. And you're like, some say this is not meant to be a horror film, that's meant to be a dark comedy. And that's what this was, a dark comedy. I didn't think it was funny though. I just went, really? We're wasting our time. Let's, Solange, I mean, she definitely is trying as a villain. But I mean, there's a lot of subtlety. She's racist. She has a certificate that's the Daughters of the Confederacy. So yes, of course, there's going to be talk about racism. Because we need to get those political connotations into our horror film. Brandy is just spaced out or weird decisions. Like, she wanted to name her kid Fern. Like, Fern? Fern? As in Gully? As in the last rainforest fern? And then the stepmom said, well, why don't you name her Lori after your father or whatever, which was, I think, Lawrence or something? Or was that, I forget, was it her father or someone else's? Someone's father, I forget. You forget sometimes, a lot of times I forget. I mean, yeah, Lori is a better name than Fern. I mean, unless you want to just have the kid get made fun of. Fern. I don't know. I mean, I know there's people that name, hey, Ash, as an Ash, or Ashley, or, like Crystal is a good name. Cynthia's a good name. Susan, good name. And even like, hey, Rose, people name them Rose, okay. Like, these are names I can understand, but Fern? Really? After the plant, Fern? Really? Hey, Fern! Hey, fuck! Have you fucked a Fern? Yeah. I don't know. You're just asking for trouble with that name. And then the husband just a pathetic wimp, doofus, coward shrimp who never helps out his wife whether she's pregnant or had the baby. He never helps her out. He's like, oh yeah, honey, I'm listening to my clients here. Never help, even when the stepmom starts crapping the bed and she'll be pregnant. And it's like, honey, I got my clients, what are you supposed to do? You never see the husband helping his pregnant wife or his freshly given birth wife out. This is what I'm talking about. They should be divorced by the end. There's a scene when Brandy calls her out on being a racist, and again, Miss Hunter as Solange is trying where she's like, oh, well, I guess I better get my hood on. She takes a napkin and puts it on. Oh, look at me, you uppity Yankee. Look at me, I'm a racist baby. See, let's see, I'm a racist baby. This, I'm a racist baby. I got my Klan on. That was the closest I got to a laugh in this movie. Because I do think, I don't know what else she's been in. She's trying. She's trying. Like I said, that's the closest Kathryn Hunter. She was Arabella Figg in the Harry Potter films. She was in Andor, Three Witches, and Joel Coen's Tragedy of Macbeth. She's 67 years old. But they must have really did a number on her makeup or something, because she really looked old. There's a point where she's in a bathtub, and she looked so scrawny and bony, and I wonder, is there a picture of her now without the makeup? Well, yeah, she's definitely a bit older, but they made her also like the parts she's bald and all the other stuff. So, like I said, she was the best part of the movie, the only good part of the movie. Oh, then it ends with her bending over and farting. Yes, she bends over and oh. And for some reason, they have Brandy seeing all these visions. Like she sees a vision of her with 6 nipples, with dressed like in robes, like she's the Virgin Mary or something. And again, says like 6 nipples and letting the kid feed on her. And Brandy's seeing these visions. She sees one vision of her husband sucking on the mom's nipple. She sees these visions, I guess, because of her lack of sleep. Because they really hone in on this religious aspect where there's prayer meetings that come by when the baby's born. Oh, she's going to need a woman of God and all this other stuff. And I thought, okay, is there something like supernatural? Like she really does have the Holy Spirit in her? Or there's some kind of ritual for some kind of possession? Or soul transference to a younger kid? No, she's just... No. All that happens is the stepmom throws herself, hurts herself, tells her son that Brandy did it, which I'm sitting there going, dude, you know that she's an awful person. You told Brandy she was such an awful person. Now you don't believe her? And now you're going to disbelieve your wife? What? Again, this is your stepmom, not your mom, your stepmom, that you've always told how horrible and terrible she is. So this one moment you decide to believe in her and disbelieve your wife? And then that's where you get the montage of Brandy helping her out and, multiple shots of crappy toilet, literally. These weird visions. It leads to spoilers. Well, super spoilers. The husband goes, my God, there's a bite mark on our baby. Brandy goes, look at the bite mark. There's a missing tooth. There's a missing tooth. Who has missing teeth? And I didn't even understand that. Like, who bit who? Like, why would the stepmom bite the baby? And biting the baby, she would think that the husband would believe that his own wife bit the baby? I guess? Do you think the husband says, "You bit our baby, so you made me think you was my wife and turn against her"? And I'm like, who the hell would think that? Unless you're a moron like this guy. Gee, who did this? The stepmom that I talked a lot of shit about and called her such an evil person at the beginning of the film. Said she was an evil person throughout the first chunk of the film. Then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, maybe she's not so bad. While my wife, who's done nothing but deal with my sorry ass, to clearly tell she's ready to have a mental breakdown. So the husband finally says, "You're out of here." And the stepmom's like whining in her bed, "Come and get me." Then Brandy wakes up and the baby's suckling on her. Comes downstairs, opens the door, and the old woman is dead. Jump cut to, I don't know how long. It must be, well, it has to be years later. Because the kid's grown up and they're getting ready to have twins, and she's going to another teaching job, and the person's, "Hey, before you get the job, man, if you felt like you dealt with a lot of stuff, how'd you deal with that?" And she smiles, cuts back to Brandy had gone in and smothered the stepmom with a pillow. Which was, they made it out to be this shocking event, and I'm sitting there going, yeah, I could buy that. I don't know why they thought that'd be such a shocker of an ending. Oh, the black woman suffocated this racist old twat? Big surprise. The husband was a useless, pathetic, doofus character that I think she should have divorced. Brandy, for the most part, is just wild-eyed, confused, and barely acting. The movie is boring. It's never meant to be scary. It makes you think there's going to be supernatural stuff. There's none of it. Just these random visions. Hey, A24? Because I think these guys who did this are the brothers of the guy who did The Lighthouse. Because their name is Eggers as well. So if they're not brothers, I think they're related to that guy. So hey, he did The Lighthouse. We better do it our movie. And then lo and behold, it's a movie that no one remembers and gets a 4.7 IMDb. So congrats. The two things you'll remember is the Solange stepmom character. Because she, I actually think you may feel it's over the top, but I thought she brought a bit of enthusiasm to the role. And there's a lot of crap in it, literally. Crapping on the bed, pissing on the bed, plenty of toilet shots, farting. I don't know what else to say, man. Brandy, don't quit your day job. And these guys who directed it, whatever day job you have, don't quit that either. Later.